This build is for Ernesto. He wanted to know just exactly what trash I used on Bigfoot. So this is it, and
so that's against the rules, and you can't sit with us. You can't sit with us!
if it means I can't sit with the Meta Council because I didn't swipe my credit card on their memberships, then so be it. As you can see, I've got Lock and Load and Bulletstorm and Bringing the Big Guns. Bulletstorm is only at rank 2. Well, that doesn't make any sense. That's not meta. You're not min-maxing. Yeah. Cry me a river. Look, it is easily made up for with the Shotgun Champ perk card at rank 3, and it only requires minimal effort. It actually makes up for the damage that you're missing in Bulletstorm and adds even more to it. So it works out pretty good. Using Number Cruncher because of the high AP cost of the shotgun. Tormentor with Scatter Shot because this is a crippling type of build. Shotguns are crippling type of weapons. No, this is not the ultimate crippling guide. I don't write checks that my ass can't cash. I also don't use brain rot slang terms and words to try to trick people into engagement loops, retention rates, and increase my average view duration so I can get more money and have more data points to give to my corporate sponsors. I use Skeet Shooter instead of Awareness because Skeet Shooter only takes 1 and Awareness takes 2. It works just as good with Concentrated Fire as well. The Concentrated Fire thing, I don't know. I didn't really test this out a whole lot. I just threw it together again, stuff I've used before. Endurance, I've got Life Giver, Ironclad, primarily because the HP from Life Giver and using Blood Sacrifice. Ironclad for the DR and ER as an added bonus, even though I guess the mobs don't really hit as hard anyways. But with the Backwoods patch, they check your DR and ER before they check damage reducing modifications like Lucid or the way Overeaters used to be. So your first check on a enemy's contact is your DR and ER and not those damage reductions. Charisma, I use Strange Numbers because I like playing on a public server, on a team, and I am not better than anybody else. Tenderizer, of course, for those longer fights when stuff doesn't die very quick. Got High Intelligence with the First Aid perk card because it increases the effectiveness of Stim-Pack healing, and I'm using Blood Sacrifice. Nerd Rage is important here too, for me at least, because I spent a lot of time with my HP in the red. Demolition Expert, I've got at rank 2, primarily because I just had the points and wanted a little bit of extra damage. The explosive damage from any Gauss weapon is very negligible and not really worth your time, in my opinion. I would not obsess over that. Science, I've got because of the energy component in the damage of Gauss weapons. It isn't as much as the ballistic damage. The Gauss weapons primarily do ballistic damage, even though it is considered energy ammo. The 2mm EC cartridges are energy ammo, but your bread and butter is ballistic damage. I've got White Knight because since the Backwoods update, armor breaks so fast. Modern Renegade, essential for that quick crippling, as well as the hip fire accuracy, which is also effective for your VATS accuracy. And shotguns work in and out of VATS. It's great. I got a few Onslaught cards here, even though I'm not using Furious on the weapon, because it's a shotgun, and shotguns are pretty good at close range. And with the Gorilla Master perk card, you're going to get an extra 5% damage per Onslaught stack for enemies at close range, which I think is around like 15 meters, something like that. And with like 11 stacks, I don't know how many I got here, I think it's 11. It's an extra 55% damage to your weapon's base damage. It's not bad. Enforcer, again, for the crippling, and the stagger. Sure, you might think that Modern Renegade and Enforcer is a bit of an overkill, but it's not. It actually works really well. Born Survivor, rank 2, because stuff's not hitting that hard anymore, so I'm not worried about that healing triggering that quickly. Now, luck, the way I've got this set up, you don't have to even be on a public team to achieve that 16 luck to crit every other shot. Well, you still need 16 luck, critical savvy at rank 3, and 5 pieces of limit breaking. Now, you can change that up, but I'm not going to do any dirty number porn here to try to squeeze out or min-max any more damage by taking out 1 piece of limit breaking, adding a lucky hit, adding a range. I don't do that shit. I got shit in my box that I've had for months and months and months, and I'm going to keep using it because I keep winning, and I keep breaking the meta, and I keep stealing their traffic, and I keep on soaring on the market authority and velocity that YouTube has loved. I don't know why they like my trash, but they love it. And so thank you guys, by the way, for that. Legendary perk cards, you can do whatever you want to do. This is what I've got it set up, so I don't have to use AP. And I made sure to have the intelligence in there to try to get my intelligence stat as high as possible, just for that extra energy damage. And then as well as benefiting the first aid perk card and the doctor's mods that I have on my armor. As far as damage resist goes, energy resist goes, as you can see here. Oh, hey, buddy. What are you doing? I got a visitor. I've got 105 poison, 240 fire, 84 cryo, 339 rads. Not too shabby, I guess. I don't know. They could have taken away elemental resistances out of this game, considering the massive nerf that they did, and the fact that before they made this game easier, I soloed the snake with my underwear and a 45 submachine gun with absolutely no legendary mods on it at all whatsoever. Nobody's attempted to try to do that. People have talked mad shit about it and said, oh, I've done this. Yeah, well, if you're going to shop at my Kmart, I need to see your receipt. So, anyways, you can see the perk bonuses and the mutations. You guys can run whatever you want. I encourage you to. I encourage you guys to try whatever the hell you want. Don't copy this build. This is not a do it this way, this is the only way build. This is just to give you guys an idea of what worked for me and why you don't need a meta build that is being sold in mass by all these other channels. I literally just killed Bigfoot solo with the worst possible shotgun setup that you can think of. Like, none of it should have worked at all. And I died twice. And I still got it done in under 5 minutes. Look, if you don't have 5 minutes or less to sit down and have fun and play this game, what are you really playing for anyways? Here we got the Gauss shotty. I've got quad, vital, intelligence, and bullies on it, none of which most people use on a shotgun, at least not the social club elites anyways. Vital I like a lot instead of rapid or anything like that, because critical hits actually cripple faster than standard hits significantly. I don't know the mechanics of it. I haven't really looked into that. The Meta Council's given me a whole lot of an entire treasure trove of stuff to shit on, so we're not even getting there yet. But I got the intelligence on there for the first aid and the doctors and the energy damage from the science card, I guess. I don't know. I think that's what I rolled. I don't care. I don't put a lot of thought into it. I used to, and then I realized that I was a slave to the grind. I was a click farm. You know, I've been playing this game for a while, and not as long as a lot of these old school vets go, but I'm still using the same armor. I haven't changed anything because there's no point. The new meta is what it was before the update. The new meta is a pair of fucking training wheels on a game that got significantly easier. It's ridiculous. It's a filthy word designed to make you feel like you're part of a system that you're actually just a victim of and not a contributor to. If you honestly think that these guys care about anything but your credit card or your watch time, you are sorely, sorely mistaken. You will never see a sponsor on this channel, not the ones that I would seek out or ask for. I don't do AdSense. We hit a big milestone. I could start charging for memberships. I'm not going to do that. If you see any ads here, it's because of the copyrighted content that I use, and the YouTube will just put an ad in there if it's long. And I'm sorry this video is long, but YouTube will throw an ad in there, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how this works. I started this just to be helpful to maybe 20 other people that may see my video, but then it blew up for some reason because I was doing things differently. And then I got a very stark warning from a social club enforcer that I need to learn something from them and that I caught the algorithm. So things changed, and now I'm going to continue to piss on their front porch day after day after day. They send their officials and their deputies to my comments and tell me why I'm wrong. Well,
You an official here? Because you have officially given me a boner.
that's how YouTube feels about that, because YouTube doesn't care whether it's positive or negative engagement. All they care about is engagement. So please continue to tell me that I'm wrong and continue to use these lazy brain rot terms like yap and mid and other shit, because not only does it give YouTube what it wants, it's free advertising for me, it also proves my fucking point that the Meta Council cannot attract or do not want to attract people that can actually think for themselves. They need you watching, they need you mindlessly clicking, wrapping it in a nice little bow, only to find out that it was bullshit. Here is the consumables that I use. Standard consumables, nothing crazy or expensive. The only thing you got to refresh every 30 minutes is light soup. Everything else lasts a lengthy amount of time. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to trade for it. In this particular clip right here, I'm using the charging mechanic just to show you guys a difference. The first one was the regular mechanic of, just keep pulling the trigger as fast as you can. Doesn't hit as hard, right? And ultimately you're going to see at the end of this video here that pulling the trigger rapidly will out DPS those charged shots. It's only by a few seconds, so play how you want to play. But I'd also like to point out that with shotguns, especially the Gauss shotgun, there is a long-standing bug or issue with shotguns and their fire rate. Third person will make the weapon fire faster. Bethesda is aware of this, and they've been aware of this for a very long time. So if you go into first person, the Gauss shotgun will not fire nearly as fast if you are pulling the trigger rapidly and consecutively, unfortunately. And if I recall right, I think it's the same with the combat shotgun as well. I ran this build with the combat shotgun as well when I was putting this video together. It works just the same amount of kill time. I didn't add it here because of the length of the video, and I apologize again for the length of the video, but if you guys want accurate, detailed information, stuff that you can pause, that you can look at, that you can watch, you do whatever you want to do, see how it works, rather than me try to sell you something and say, well, this is infinite VATS, when actually, no, it's not. But, yeah, shotguns are a lot of fun, you know. Clearly in the description of my channel, if you want a 20-second boss melter and a fucking calculator, you're in the wrong garage. I used to do it. I used to play the game like that, and I got bored really quick, and I quit. I quit for like a month or two. It was like, oh, holy shit, this game is easy. You know, I just stand here and do nothing, then run raids and compare dicks at the end with the other guys that I ran raids with to see whose is bigger. Oh, that's just not my style. I could care less. I could care less if you kill the snake in 10 seconds or 60 seconds or 5 minutes. It doesn't matter to me. You know, this is a MMO with a very long shelf life ahead of it, probably at least 5 to 10 more years out of this game. I wouldn't really rush to do anything. So yeah, here's the cold shoulder, and again, I apologize. I love the cold shoulder. It's a lot of fun. It hits hard. I swapped out the perk card here. I took out Demolition Expert at rank 2, and I put Cryoologist in there. It's a lot of fun. The cool thing about shotguns is they're cheap, except for the Gauss shotgun. You know, especially if you're stacking Bulletstorm, that 2mm EC cartridge count can add up pretty quickly. But as far as like the combat shotgun, cold shoulder, which are just as effective, if not even better, really, you know, I'm just using regular shotgun shells, which is dirt cheap to make. So I hope you guys found some takeaways from this. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Any of these mods or pieces of armor that I use in this video, I will be more than happy to craft you. Please do not purchase them. So you guys have a great one, and I will see you back with some